NOC. I'm back. Happy 2021. I know it's in February, but like they said, we needed these first 31 days to go ahead and knock this thing out, but we made it. You know, to all of my Facebook supporters, YouTube supporters, subscribers, all of those things, I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I'm back, and we're gonna talk. I got some good stuff to talk to you guys about. One of the first things I want to talk about, and we're gonna kind of wing it with this. I'm trying to open up my ball. I had it in the freezer. Now it's kind of problematic to open this thing up. We're gonna try to get it though, okay? Let it loosen up a little bit. But one of the first things I wanted to talk about, because I wanted to come up with a good format on how to talk to you guys and stuff like that. For one, I want to say I do appreciate all of my supporters and stuff who miss me and expressed to me that, you know, throughout this time that you guys hadn't seen me, you know, shoot, it make your girl feel appreciated. Thank you guys. You know what I'm saying? To know that y'all wanted to see me, talk to me, hear from me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my friends was telling me, you know, just throughout the whole quarantine, throughout the whole 2020, I think I might have did one video last year or something like that. But as you guys know, last year was a crazy year for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It really, really was. And myself personally, I went through so much stuff last year, but it truly, truly, truly has been a blessing because, you know what I'm saying? It truly has been a blessing because we were able to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like they said, you know, it's a season for growth. And I really, truly hope and pray that a lot of the losses and just the time that God gave us to sit down and think about what we were going through, you know what I'm saying? That hopefully we learned something from it. You know what I'm saying? You know, throughout the time of me starting, this is going to be a little brief synopsis because we'll get to the bull crop in 2 seconds, but throughout this time, you know, since when I first started my YouTube and stuff, I got beat up a lot, you guys. You know what I'm saying? I had friends and stuff. I lost friends and loved ones because I was talking about things in general. And, you know the saying, a hit dog go holler, whoop, whoop, whoop. People were getting offended by some of the things that I was saying, and I was not speaking to anyone directly. And so, moving forward, I want you guys to understand. An open mind, an open heart, okay? Everybody, you're not the only person going through something. You're not the only person going through some things. And so, I'm not speaking about anybody that I know personally. You understand what I'm saying? I'm speaking about current events, current topics that everyone is addressing. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? If the Rona taught us anything, it should have taught us to be more tolerable. You know what I'm saying? It should have taught us to not take things so personally. Hold on, y'all. Hello. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, y'all. Right back. Look at me right there. There you go. There you go. Y'all know the business now. Y'all know I can't be on camera looking all crazy. Woo. Back in action. All right, so it's been some crazy stuff going on. The first topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Okay, we're gonna talk about the gorilla. Okay, let's start off with the gorilla glue young lady. Okay, as you guys know, and I'm gonna put her picture up in the video. As you guys know, it was a young lady that was trying to lay her hair down. And the young lady, she said she ran out of Got To Be glue. You know, Got To Be glue is, you know, it's like a straightener and stuff like that. It's for when you lay your hair down. It, you know, smooth your edges out and everything. She said she ran out of it. And so she had some Gorilla Glue. And I'm talking about, oh my gosh, tell me why I just went on Instagram, y'all. Oh my God. Okay, let's hear what she has to say. We about to listen. We gonna listen to it together. I'm not gonna hold you long, okay? I'm gonna make the video. It's gonna be under 30 minutes, but I want you. Let's hear this. The talk shows and the hate groups. I'm over all of that because y'all really they don't know me, and they got some people out there saying, "Oh well, she did this for clout." I wouldn't have never put this on my head. Oh well, let's see how many followers I get. Never. I put it on social media to get help. That was it. That was it. I didn't think for 1 second I'm gonna get up the next morning and that many people have looked at this. I didn't think for 1 second that this was gonna be me talking to y'all right now. Never thought it was gonna get this far. Then they started talking about the whole GoFundMe. It burns. I'm just over the talk shows and the hate groups. I'm over all of that because y'all really they don't know me, and they got some people out there saying, "Oh well, she did this for clout." I wouldn't have never put this on my head. Oh well, let's see how many followers I get. Never. I put it on social media to get help. That was it. That was it. I didn't think for 1 second I'm gonna get up the next morning and that many people have looked at this. I didn't think for 1 second that this was gonna be me talking to y'all right now. Never thought it was gonna get this far. Then they started talking about the whole GoFundMe. It burns. I'm just over the talk shows and the hate groups. I'm over all of that because y'all really they don't know me, and they got some people out there saying, "Oh well, she did this for clout." I wouldn't have never put this on my head. Oh well, let's see how many followers I get. Okay, never. It's like repeating. Okay, basically the young lady did her a ponytail. You see, I got me a ponytail too. I got my hair slicked down. Woo woo woo. Okay. The young lady, she said, like I told you, she said she ran out of Got to Be Glued, which is something that will lay your hair down. It just depends on the texture of hair you have. The stronger the gel or the cream or the oils that you have to use to get your hair to be sleek when you're really trying to do a sleek ponytail. Okay, so like I told you guys, this young lady went, and it had to be, I'm going to tell you, I have some Gorilla Glue here at home, and it's under my sink, and you can get it at Home Depot or in places like that. It's in the hardware department of your different stores, your Walmarts, Family Dollar stores, things like that. Things like that. That's where you would find Gorilla Glue. And I don't know if she had a brain fart or whatever and just wasn't thinking, but the young lady, for real, put it in her hair. And so her hair got stuck. I think it might be over a month now. And so she did a video, and she basically was proclaiming and asking people, "Can you guys help me? I messed up. I put this in my hair." Woo woo doop. Okay, so everybody was going in on her because they was like, "Girl, what the hell? You put something that with you could use it on wood and stuff like that. That's basically what it is. It repairs things in your household. So you could put it on a wooden stool. If a stool or something was broken, you put this on your hair." And people started feeling bad for her. So, she's basically retaliating because they started a GoFundMe for her and all these things. And then she said, "Oh, I'm going to sue this, that, and the other." That's crazy. How many, and so some people were using different scenarios. All right. Recently, another celebrity I was reading, No, she's not really a celebrity, but she's on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She said that her housekeeper had accidentally put her nail glue and her eye drops, which are, in about this size of a bottle, had put them together, and she accidentally, when she went to drop it in her eye, it was actual glue. So she had to go to the emergency room and get it taken out. That's kind of different, but how could she go back and sue and say, oh, y'all didn't put on her not to put on her? And so people were, the company said that it states in the directions, or the, how they put warnings that is not to be used on your skin, your come in contact with your eyes, this, that, and the third. And I'm still talking about the Gorilla Glue. Why would you go back and sue for a mistake that you made? Because she said that they didn't have it listed to not use it on your hair. And so people been burning her up. Because, that's just stupid as hell. Heck, people been burning her up because that's your mistake, sis. Like, really? Take your L. I'm sorry, y'all. She gonna have to shave that off. It is no way. She started today. She cut the back end off. And I'm going to include the pictures on the video. But she did cut the back of her hair off. But the rest of it is hard as a brick. I don't even know how a barber is going to be able to get that off, because it's almost like cement or, yeah, on your head. But, rest in peace to the Gorilla Glue woman's hair. It's a wrap. Sorry to that lady. I'm sorry to you, young lady, but it's over and done with. You got to start over. It might be a sign from God that, it's time to start a new hair journey. You know what I'm saying? She gonna have to go and cut it bald. Maybe go natural for a year. Use her some good hair products and treatments and stuff to get her hair growing out, doing good again. But sorry to that lady. Good luck to you, Gorilla Glue lady. We wish you the best of luck over here in Ashanti land. But suing and stuff like that, you might be able to get a little money out of it just because the company might feel sorry for you. But, a lot of people already have donated to you, and you receiving backlash because, people are jealous and stuff like that, because she has gotten a little clout. That's why she was speaking about that. And everyone is talking about her. We talking about her right now. But good luck to the lady. Gorilla Glue. Sorry to that hair. Sorry. Okay, but listen. This was another crazy story I want y'all to get into. And it's going to take a few little minutes. And we're going to do a couple of videos today. Because I'm not going to hold y'all there. I'm going to try to keep it. We already at 13 minutes, okay? And we're not going to edit anything out. We just finna roll with it. Because this is my first video I've done in a year. If I'm going on too long, pause it, come back. You know how YouTube does. You can always come back, finish it. But we talking about different topics. So we doing the dang thing tonight. It's us. Y'all hanging out with old Shanti. I miss you. I love you. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. God bless the whole nine. It's some good stuff to talk about. I might cut it into 2 videos, but let me talk to y'all about this one. This one was crazy. Now, I'm going to read it verbatim like the young lady wrote it. So it's going to be she wrote, it's with some grammatical errors. And, but I want to read you guys this story. Basically, it's a story about a young lady who was wrongfully convicted. Okay? And so she went on Twitter and stuff, and she told her story. So I'm about to read the story to you. And I want you guys to look it up. And, tell me what you think about it. You know what I'm saying? You can make a comment and stuff like that. But let me know what you think. All right. Y'all ready? This was a crazy story, y'all. All right. It says, I am T'Kia Bevily. And I was a devoted mother, wife, daughter, sister, aunt, nurse, and much more up until I was wrongfully convicted and sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. Here is my story, retold by my best friend. Oh, hold on. I married the man of my dreams July 2016 and relocated to his hometown, Port Gibson, Mississippi, which is one of those small, everyone knows everyone town, which is approximately 1,200 citizens. While in Port Gibson, I worked at a nursing home overnight while pregnant and later switched to working at a local school as the school nurse. While adjusting into Port Gibson, one day I randomly received a prank message stating that my husband fathered a child before our marriage. After swallowing this huge pill, I went to him and asked him about it. He confirmed it to be true. Of course, I was devastated. I was currently pregnant and had just learned that her husband had a child. The biological mom had no form of transportation at the time and no one in her corner who would take her. So I volunteered to take both the mother and their daughter, Jariah, to get tested in the city over. I was contacted by the mom, not my husband. Then my husband, what she say? Okay, let me go back. Because they kind of got it posted out of order. But she said, after swallowing this huge pill, I went to him and asked him about it. He confirmed it to be true. Of course, I was devastated. I was currently pregnant and had learned that my husband had just fathered a child. I was contacted by a biological mom, not my husband, confirming that he was indeed the father. I immediately asked her when could we get her and if she needed anything. From then on, we established a healthy, or so I thought, co-parenting relationship. The biological mother had no form of transportation at the time and no one in her corner who would take her. So I volunteered to take both the biological mom and their daughter, Jariah, to get tested in the city over. Don't get me wrong, this was a huge blow for me, but I never had any ill intentions toward the mom or Jariah. They were not the ones to blame. My husband was the only person in this equation responsible for me. I decided to stick with my husband. This was tough on me, especially considering I am still pregnant, learning all of this. But we prayed and turned to God. We worked through it. Our Jariah was very active in the life of the party. I loved her almost instantly. After getting her for some time, I decided to share with my close friends. I told my immediate family about her from day one, that we now have a daughter. Everyone was supportive of our decisions. I then decided to plan a cookout to formally introduce Jariah. That's what we called her. She said they called her Jay. To our families. Our families both fell in love immediately. I'm gonna post some pictures up of them too. Our little family was unconventional, but it was ours. We purchased our first home together, and we transformed this house into a home. I went into overtime working because I wanted to buy double of everything for our girls. They deserved that. As my pregnancy progressed, our arrangement had to be reworked. I literally had less energy. So we went from getting Jariah almost every day, anytime we wanted to get her, to only the times where my husband was home so he could help me out. Life was beautiful. I was a successful nurse. My husband was an educator, and we had our two gorgeous girls to raise. Then our whole world crashed the weekend of October 20th, 2017. Friday night, while Morris, that's the husband, was coaching, I was home with our daughter. I randomly received a call from Danielle. Danielle is Morris's cousin. We grew pretty close over the course of the marriage. Danielle told me that Jariah was crying nonstop and that she couldn't get her to calm down. I told her to put Jariah on the phone. Danielle and I went on to talk a little while longer because I was confused on why and how she even got Jariah. She shared that she, Danielle, who was in Vicksburg, met with the mother who dropped Jariah off with her. Port Gibson from Vicksburg is approximately 20 to 30 minutes apart. Okay? When she dropped off Jariah, the mother did not have a car seat or a diaper bag to leave with Danielle. Naturally, I was ready to pick her up. Unbeknownst to us, we later learned that Andrew, Morris's brother, picked up Jariah from Danielle that night and drove baby Jariah back to Port Gibson with no car seat. He took her to Danielle's mom's house Antoinette. Antoinette gave Jariah a bath in the kitchen sink because she felt Andrew had to be monitored. Weird. The next morning, while Morris was in town, in the town over, I was home. He received a call stating that his mom was on her deathbed and that he needed to come to Vicksburg to basically say his goodbyes. We stayed at the hospital for 8 hours that day. While at the hospital, Jariah wanted to be carried a lot. After so long, she climbed into my lap and she went straight to sleep, as she always has. After leaving the hospital, we stopped to get food and headed home. Both girls were in and out of sleep. Once home, we put both girls to bed. Morris and I stayed up a little longer to talk about our day. Like, can you imagine waiting for your mom to die? I couldn't, but I was trying to be strong for my husband. Once we finished talking, Morris took a shower while I continued to settle in. Morris got out, and while I was getting ready to take my shower, we both heard noises coming from Jariah. We assumed she was talking in her sleep. Morris volunteered to go check on her, but I told him to go to bed and that I would. Today was hard for us, especially him. I just wanted him to rest, so I checked on her. She was fine. Early in the morning, about 5 a.m., Morris woke up saying he was thirsty. I told him I would grab him something from the kitchen. Okay, y'all with me? While getting him something to drink, I stopped to check on Jariah. Remind you, our girl loved her naps and was a busy sleeper. I went to adjust her. I immediately knew something was wrong. I called out went to go get Morris. The nursery was literally a room away over, and you had to walk through her room to get to the kitchen. He came, and that's when we both realized she was not breathing. The nurse in me knew immediately that there was no sign of life. I knew giving CPR to her would not bring her back. Morris called 911, but he was so hysterical that I took the phone from him to talk to the first responders. Jariah had no bruising, no swelling, no blood, nothing. Things took another crazy turn until after the autopsies came back. Initially, the autopsy was inconclusive. They did not have a definite ruling as to how she died. The report could not rule out asphyxiation, suffocation, or blunt force trauma. As things were beginning to smooth itself out, the official autopsy report came back stating the manner of death was homicide/blunt force trauma. When I was interrogated a second time and learned of this, I immediately proclaimed out our innocence in disbelief and told them I was willing to take a lie detector test. I had nothing to hide. The biological mom began to do interviews, and some of Morris' side of the family began to turn on us. We started being harassed and receiving death threats and comments in regards to our daughter. Witnesses had testified against us to the grand jury, stating that they felt we had harmed our baby. When we finally were able to go before the judge, we were both charged with capital murder and given $1 million bond each. Okay, they were both charged with the murder. We posted bond and complied. We knew these allegations were false, so we had no issue complying and allowing the process to take place. For almost 3 years, I held my tongue as my name was dragged through the mud. The week of January 29th was my trial, and Morris's was to follow the week after. During my trial, it was learned that the prosecution's key expert witness testified to changing his initial reports. He stated that he was approached by the prosecution to change the wording of his findings. He also stated that had the prosecution not withheld pertinent information, his findings would have been different. I was found guilty within 30 minutes. The jury was given 3 years worth of circumstantial evidence, including an 8-hour surveillance video, proving that Jariah was injured prior to us getting her and unbeknownst to us. No medical expert was able to clarify a specific timeline on when Gerard's fractures occurred, but they all agreed that they were in the healing stages at the time of her death and could have been 2 to 8 days old. One medical expert described that Jariah could have been experiencing a lucid interval, which is the lapse of time between a brain injury and death. Also, it was testified in court by one of the expert witnesses that when Jariah passed away, she was not in distress. The jury was provided all of this information and found me guilty in 30 minutes. I was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole off circumstantial evidence. So riddle me this. Why weren't the other individuals who had our baby ever investigated? Why did the prosecution withhold information purposely? Why is it that now my husband's trial has been postponed? That's crazy. That was how she ended it off. Basically, the young lady is saying that, she moved to be with her husband. Her husband was an educator. She was a nurse in the city. She found out that her husband had a child. Okay, she said she chose to accept the child and take the baby in and help out and be a good stepmother and allow the baby to come over there and hang out with their baby and, grow a sibling relationship and have a family. So as you heard, she said that the mother, when it dropped the baby off with her husband's cousin, then left her over there. She said she didn't know why the baby was over there with the cousin. Then her brother-in-law, the husband's brother and the baby's uncle, came and picked the baby up. Then she said they mama felt that their auntie felt weird about why the uncle had the baby, took the baby a bath. She said she was weirded out as to how all these people were transporting the baby. They went to go pick the baby up, brought the baby home because, like she was saying, the husband's mother was dying and all of these things were going on. So they brought the baby home, and in their downtime, they didn't see anything wrong with the baby. And when she got up in the middle of the night to go check on the baby, she noticed some weird sounds. She said as they were talking, they noticed weird sounds coming from the baby. They went to go check on her. And as a nurse, she immediately realized that the baby was dead. And on January 29th, which was like a week or two ago, about 2 weeks ago, she was given life within 30 minutes without the possibility of parole, with no evidence to say that they actually killed the baby. And so her questions were, again, why weren't the other individuals who had our baby ever investigated? So no other person, not the mother, not the other family members that had the baby. And like she said, the baby could have been injured 2 to 8 days prior to. So the baby's body could have been deteriorating within that time. Because remember, she said that the baby was crying more than usual. And when she was with the cousin, and the baby was acting kind of weird. And so she was saying that with the time frame, how did the baby could have been hurt a week prior to them even getting the baby, but body could have been deteriorating and she actually died when she was under their care. Then she said, why did the prosecution withhold information purposely? Because remember, one of the expert witnesses, one of the guys who did an examination on the baby, came back and said that the prosecution, they were gunning for it. And we see this all the time. A lot of times, prosecutors and stuff, we saw this with the Central Park 5 and stuff like that. Sometimes they be so quick to get their man that sometimes they most definitely will use a scapegoat. So a lot of times innocent people end up in jail just because the police want to go ahead and get it over. They want to go ahead and, get their man and make sure, that the public, the case was solved. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure this was a high profile case because it's been out there and we've been reading about it, and this girl has been crying out because we've seen her mug shots and things like that. And I'm going to include pictures and everything I'm saying so that you guys can see the players on this chessboard. And then lastly, she said, why is it that now my husband's trial has been postponed? Because remember, she went to court first. And the father of the child, his case has now been postponed. And one thing that came to mind as far as I was concerned, like, dang, like, did he throw her under the bus? Did he say something? Did he, turn on her and say, well, damn, she killed the baby? You know what I mean? Did he have something to do with it? It's a weird, weird situation. One thing I know about the good Lord above, he most definitely will. The truth always comes to light. Like they say, whatever is done in the dark always comes to light. And so, I really hope that, that's a rough one. Because it's most definitely a who done it, a who gotcha. And that baby was being handled by so many people. And I want to end this off because I'm going to end this video and I'm about to film another one, okay? I'm going to do like 2 videos or two or three videos tonight. So you guys are going to see me with my robe on. I'm going to do a few videos with you guys. But you guys, you got to be more careful in who you allow to have your child around. We've been seeing this so much, y'all. Like, us as parents, you know what I'm saying? We really have to be careful who we are allowing around our children. You know what I'm saying? I really thank God that I had my mother and my aunt to help me with London. You know what I'm saying? That way I didn't have to put her in a stranger's hands and care. London and I have truly been blessed with righteous family and friends and stuff like that. My mom and auntie, they had London all the time. My auntie was her babysitter. And so was my mother. You know what I'm saying? And so I was, God really blessed us that London was able to be sought about, by people who genuinely, really, truly loved that girl and wouldn't cause her any harm. Not all parents have that. And that's what's so heartbreaking to me. Like, I had read this one story about a young man that worked at Amazon. And he worked at Amazon here in Memphis. And he left his daughter in the car. This was about a month or 2 ago. Because, Amazon has been going crazy since COVID hit. And they've been getting all kinds of orders. Everybody been going crazy on Amazon. I'm about to open up a package on my next video. But he left his baby in the car because he said he didn't have anybody to watch her. And it's so crazy, you guys, because it was like, where was the mother? Where was the grandmother? Where was his support system? You know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't he have somebody, a grandma? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, okay, so what happened was basically one of his coworkers saw the baby sitting in the car in the parking lot. Because it's like, damn, what is the baby doing in the parking lot at work? So he saw the baby in the parking lot or whatever. And he reported it. The coworker did. So he called, the police came, and they got him and stuff. And so he came outside, and, he basically said that he had to work. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was saying. People are desperate, dude. And he was like, I had to work, and I didn't have anybody to watch her. And so, he said he felt like leaving her in the car. So the police said he felt like leaving her in the car would be okay until he got off. And so he went on to say that the police arrested him and charged him with child neglect and stuff like that. And, in the comments and stuff, people were saying, and I really felt bad about that too, because, okay, like they were saying, Amazon has been one of the companies that profited the most off of COVID. And why don't you guys have a child care facility? That's a good way, for single parents, people that don't have a support system. Why not put a daycare in your facilities? Amazon most definitely has the resources, and they got every toy that a child could want. They got every chair, every table, and everything that a child could want right there within their company, because you can go online on Amazon.com and order everything you need to set your daycare up and do that to accommodate. But let me know what y'all think about it. I wanted to put that on your mind. I felt like there was a crazy, crazy story. You know what I'm saying? God bless you. I gotta, I'm gonna cut this video short, but I am gonna upload a few more videos. But I most definitely want to put that on your mind. God bless you to Gorilla Glue, young lady. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can sue and say, due to the fact that they did not specify hair and things not to use with Gorilla Glue. Not any kind of hair treatment that you get at the beauty supply, but Gorilla Glue that you get in the hardware section or Home Depot. Maybe you might be able to get it. You know, I hate that they're tearing you up in the media, you know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that you just didn't take your, what was it she had, her GoFundMe and stuff. Go and cut the hair off, sis. You know, start from scratch, baby ball, throw a wig on top of it, and do you some hair treatments up under your wig cap. You know, best of luck to you. Thank you guys so much. I'm happy to be back on YouTube. God is good. God is great. And I will see you on my next video. Mwah.